I got to know my next door neighbors partly through them coming over one day through a gap in the fence between us, and they brought this lovely gift of a tea set. And I thought, what a wonderful way to get to know them. And gradually I found out that they wanted to build this big wall. They were doing a lot of blasting in the basement, and I don't know whether they wanted to find a use for some of the refuse. I guess they considered it the shattered rock, but they started piling it outside, and in the sense that it extended a flat area on a very steep, craggy hillside, it made sense. But then it gradually grew into an enormous boulder wall with truckloads of huge boulders just being brought in and added on top of each other. And I asked them why it was, and they said, well, they wanted to have a child someday, and they'd like to have a flat area for the child to play on. And somehow I just felt quite uncomfortable with these boulders towering over me. And neighbors down below also felt it just wasn't right. And I gave then Mayor Christopher Costin a photograph of these neighbors. They had, I guess a friend must have I know, the husband took it of his wife standing against this boulder wall, this tiny figure with this towering wall behind her. And we started thinking about the ramifications over time with the thought that earthquakes are forecast for the future. And a neighbor went around the neighborhood and collected signatures from concerned neighbors, and council listened to us and listened to them. And one of the councilors said, this is going to end in a lawsuit because I guess he felt there was so much cash tied up in an expensive wall and people would disagree with one another. And I got hold of Chris Yorath, the geologist who's written The Geology of the South Island, and a geologist at UBC who is concerned about this landslide that had occurred, I think in North Vancouver, and could see some relationship there. And a geologist friend actually came over for a visit from Ireland, and looking into it, it just made sense that boulder wall did not belong. And it took, I've forgotten, it must have been, I think, well over a year, but I just happened to visit New Brunswick, our old farm and old friends there, for a couple of weeks. And when I came back, the boulder wall had completely disappeared. And I felt sorry for the neighbors and my friends who were staying in the house here with all the commotion and the noise. But it was just a wonderful result. And it must have cost another small fortune to build a cement wall, but it was well engineered. The Oak Bay in the meantime passed a bylaw that exists in some other municipalities but wasn't in place here, that you can't build a wall without a permit. That I think it was a meter or 4 feet high without a permit, and then you can go across maybe 2 meters or so, and then up another 4 meters and across. So that new bylaw that was not contested by the neighbors resulted in them doing just that. And they built this amazing cement wall with sort of an L shape, with the L being tucked inside the new landfill.
Right.
So it worked out for them, and it worked out for us and for the neighbors. So we're just so grateful, and we're we've been on good terms throughout it.